guys and take pictures and everything. It's gonna be fun. Rode at Disney yesterday. We did Winnie the Pooh first. I have a 1-year-old. It's much different than I used to be. You know, before I would do all the fun coasters right away, but I just wanted to see him get excited. He didn't care about Winnie the Pooh, but he really liked Little Mermaid because he loves fish and water, and he calls them blah, 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 blah. So the whole ride is like blah, 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 the whole ride. So he liked that one a lot. I love your mom. Moms unite. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. You're turning 21? Amazing. Don't get too drunk. Those are outlined, but I don't script them. So usually when I do Miranda Series on YouTube, I'll have like an idea of what I want like the plot to be and where like points I want to get to, like, but a lot of times as Miranda, I feel like the best stuff comes from the improv. The same thing with Haters Back Off on Netflix. A lot of times we left room for us all to improv because it led to the best material. So the New York series, for example, I knew I wanted to do A, B, and C, but I went out there and I got upset about pigeons, and I just kept talking about pigeons, and it felt like the whole series ended up me trying to eat a pigeon. I like, I don't know, there's so many things. I don't know, I can't pick one moment, but right now it popped into my head, and I think it was just because we were talking about it recently. There was a scene where I had to eat a banana really fast and then like spit it out before I went on stage to do the magic show. And when you film TV shows, you have to film the same scene 1,000,000 times. So whenever I ate a froze toast, whenever I ate cheese balls, like all of those moments, to you just looks like I'm taking a few bites or something, but to me I'm like, because I know I ate like 50 froze toast the first day we shot that. And the banana, I went through so many bananas, and they were like, the director kept coming and going like, eat it faster, just like hop, 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 hop. Like, and I'm like, that's not how humans work. Like, I can't, I'm not a cartoon, I'm a human. Like, I can't do that. So there's a lot of really awkward footage to watch while we were editing it of me just trying to eat a banana. I don't know why I thought of that first, but every moment's silly on that show. That show's ridiculous. Yeah, so Eric actually was the first person to audition for Patrick. And he screwed me over because he walked in, where is he? He's somewhere. But he walked in for the audition, and he walked in and he was so good. It was so crazy because in my brain I had come up with what Miranda's mom looked like, Patrick, my uncle, like all these characters, I knew them so well in my head for years. And so I was like, this is gonna be so hard to cast these people. And then Eric walked in and just was Patrick. Like, I was like, he is exactly what I made up in my brain. And he walked out of the room and all the producers and me looked at each other and were like, that's him. That was so easy. He was the first person. And then we had to sit through like hundreds of other people coming in for Patrick, and we were like, okay, come on, like, we already found the guy. But it wasn't that easy for the other roles. So I did not know him, and he didn't know me either. He had never heard of Miranda. He'd never seen a video or anything. He just got the audition and was like, what is this? And came in and just crushed the audition. And he had to come back the next day to do a chemistry read with me. There he is. So yeah, he walked in and we were like, oh, that's him. And then the next day he came back the next morning and we had to read together because Netflix wanted to see what that was like. I fall in love with him. What? No, that's what's so weird about us because like we did season 1, I was busy, and then season 2, we became really close. We got super, super, super close and became like best friends, and it never went from like, there was never like a will you go on a date with me? I don't think you've ever asked me out on a date, ever, and we're married. Just kidding. But it never was that. It just kind of like slowly, like we were so close and we were such good friends, and then it slowly turned into like more, but we were both like, is it? I don't know. And then it was like immediate, like once we realized it, immediately it was like, oh, I like you, and also I'm in love with you, and also let's have babies and be married and forever. I really want to. That's the plan, but it's not up to me. It's up to people who want to pay for it to make it happen. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to. My brother and I are writers together, and we wrote Haters Back Off. We wrote another movie with different characters, not Miranda, last year, and we're still trying to see if anyone wants to make that. We also are writing a TV show that is not Miranda. And then we're also talking about a bunch of different Miranda movie ideas right now and seeing which one we'd want to try to make. But we can write it, that doesn't mean it'll get made. So it took us a year to write the last script, and it's been shopped around to people for a while. But that's just Hollywood, you know? Nothing ever gets made. It's a miracle Haters Back Off happened. I don't know how that happened. So we'll see. I would love to. Maybe someday.